Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. Today I'm sitting down to film a little bit of a get ready with me. Well, it's a lot of a get ready with me, but I also did a little bit of chatting and answering some of your questions, and I created this makeup look. So if you're interested in seeing my get ready with me process, maybe you're getting ready as well, go ahead and grab a coffee, grab your makeup, or just sit back and relax and enjoy the video. I'm starting first with the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Whoa Glow SPF 30, and I love this as a little primer. Basically is how I use it. It moisturizes, it has a little bit of SPF in it, and it does provide a nice little glow to the skin, and it has a little bit of a tint to it. So you might notice while you're watching this video that my voice or my pronunciation of things might sound a little different, and that's because I just started wearing Invisalign trays. Have them on right now, and I'm doing a little bit of mild straightening of my smile. It's about a 5-month process that I signed up for, and I'm still getting used to it. So I apologize if this sounds annoying or if it bothers you. Feel free to click off. I'm kind of someone who is sensitive to that kind of thing, so it definitely has been driving me crazy just hearing myself sound different. I hate it, but I want straighter teeth, so there you have it. I just wanted to show you guys I have all of my everyday makeup right here. I mean, obviously I'm not wearing all of this makeup every day, but things that I'm working on, things in projects, things I'm trying to reach for, have some kind of goal on, are all in this container that is falling apart. I need to get a new one. This is probably just from the dollar store or something. So I'm due for something new to organize my little everyday makeup drawer with. And then I also have my collection of brushes, which I have far too many of. I'm really trying to cut down on my brush collection, but I fail every time because I really do use the brushes I have, and I like having a variety and even multiples, so I can have that type of brush whenever I need it if one of them is dirty. And then I also have my stack of eyeshadow palettes here that I'm working on. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today for my look. You are going to kind of come along with me, but I do know I want to wear a red lip. So knowing me, it might just be something pretty basic, like a brown shimmer with a red lip, but I would like to kind of challenge myself to go outside the box a little bit. I have a few colors I'm trying to work on, and I just want to have a little bit of fun today with my makeup since it is a Saturday. So now that my moisturizer has kind of set in a little bit, you see a little bit of a glow. Also, I'm in love with my skin right now. It's better than it's been in my entire life ever since I got off Accutane in March and all of those side effects started to wear off. I've just been living in bliss of this new skin of my life. I've never had this clear skin before, at least not in my adulthood, and it's been so nice just living my life like this. I'm so jealous of all of you people out there who just have this naturally, but it took me a little bit of a journey to get there, and I'm so happy I did. It was worth it. I'm so happy. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna put on this little lip mask from Laneige. Look, I busted this out. I started it last year and got about halfway through it. This is their pumpkin spice lip mask. So I decided to stash it away until the season came back, and we are just about to hit September, so I'm calling this close enough. It's spooky season in my eyes. Let the festivities begin. If you're excited for Halloween or the whole autumn season, leave a little pumpkin emoji down below. That feels nice. I had to go grab my foundation. I'm currently panning this one from Kosas, and I'm so close to finishing. I'm at the point where I am taking the pump out and reaching in with the brush to get that final amount of product in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'm very, very close to finishing. And this is the foundation that never ends. I'm supposed to film an update for my project pan in the next couple of days, and I'm really hoping that this will be empty by the time I do that. So yep, just getting it down in there. Good little amount on the brush, and then I'll just swipe it on. I don't have a mirror with me. I forgot to grab a mirror. I'll just use this one. Oh gosh, you know what? I need a clip. My hair is everywhere. Okay, that is so much better. And I got my mirror, so that is gonna be helpful. So I've scraped out, I think, enough foundation for today. And now that I'm looking in there, I think I might only have 2, maybe 3 more uses, maybe 4, before that is an empty. So I'm really excited for that day to come, and it's gonna feel so good. I just love emptying foundations. I don't know why those are especially satisfying. I think because they expire quicker than, powder products and stuff like that. Can you guys see me? Maybe I should come a little closer. Let me zoom in And by zoom in, I mean scoot my camera closer to my face. That is better. Thank you. Okay. So, update. I am back in school. I'm a teacher. If you're new here and you didn't know, I am a science teacher for an elementary school, and you know, it's always a difficult transition for teachers to get back into the swing of things and just get all the routines in place and all of the supplies met and all the lesson plans finished and all the new staff meetings and professional development and new schedules, and it's always a lot. So I've been a little bit tired this past week. We just finished our second full week of school and it's starting to become a little more smooth, but like I said, it just takes a lot of energy to get everything started. So I'm so happy it's the weekend and I'm definitely needing this resting up and me time. Going in with the concealer. This is from NYX. This is the Bear With Me concealer, and I am working on getting this to a certain level for my Deca painting project, and I'm getting very close. So I have just a little bit on my finger here. I don't love the application experience of this concealer. That's probably my biggest criticism of it, but other than that, I do really enjoy it. It's very lightweight. Pretty good coverage. This is not the best color match for me. I feel like it's a little bit too light. I have the shade light here. So next time, if I did get this again, I would get the shade up from this one. It is also the summertime where I am more tan than I normally am, so that also plays into it, of course. And because this is a thinner consistency, I like to kind of let it settle a little bit under my eye before I blend it out. I'm just gonna have a different mirror in every shot, I guess. So I'm blending this out now. It's been there for about 30 seconds, I think. And yeah, I'm just gonna use a brush to do that because I feel like it gives me the best coverage. And I'm just grabbing whatever brushes. I love this brush though from It Cosmetics. It's so pretty. It's a heart-shaped brush, which I love. Love, love. So yeah, summer is coming to an end. It is almost September, and I am so excited for the fall season. My favorite time of year, of course. And as always, I'm gearing up for a big Halloween with all of my spooky friends, all of my coven mates out there. And we have a lot planned this year. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be so much fun. We will be down in Disneyland. We will be doing another group costume, and we will, again, be having the time of our life. So very much looking forward to that. Now that I've got my base down, I'm gonna go in with my setting powder. I'm so close to finishing this one from LYS. This is their Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Resilient, the lightest shade that they have. And look at this mama right here. So close to finishing. I think I might have like another week of use, hopefully. You know, it's really hard to reach that remaining product down in those crevices, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm just kind of like digging my brush into the corner as much as I can and like twirling my brush around to get it distributed around there, and then get it on my face. So I'll go back in one more time with that brush and just kind of tap it out. Make sure there's no big creases, no crevices that are all chunky and gross. And then before it gets so gross again, I'll go in there. Because there's so little product left in here, I kind of have to go in a couple times. But yeah, really looking forward to this school year. It is my third year teaching, third year at this school, third year in this position, and I feel like I've got the hang of it now. It's all feels a lot easier and just less stressful and more joyful, and that obviously feels very, very good. I did not have the easiest year last year, and I'm just really coming into this year with a lot of positivity, a lot of hope, and I'm excited for what this year has to bring. It already has some really good energy, and I'm feeling quite at home in my career this year, at least for now. Hopefully it stays that way. Oh, I took a course over the summer for teachers that was offered by my district that was all about building resiliency in teachers and just teaching kind of techniques, resilient techniques to keep teachers in a good mental mind space and positive mental headspace, which I think many of you can understand why that is so needed today in this country, in this profession. So that actually was so regenerative for me. I really benefited a lot from it. I met some really cool people from the district that it's just kind of fun to build relationships with people from other schools, other teachers, and just get to know some people around. Since I've been so new, it's just been kind of hard. It just takes time. And I think I've always had a hard time being the new person anywhere. And so it just feels good to be more familiar, and not only with the student body, but with the district in general, staff, and all of that. So yeah, it's gonna be a great year, and science is such a fun subject to teach, and I am just really trying to not even allow myself to have any stress this year because it's just not worth it. I'm not there to harbor stress. I'm there to teach children how to love science and how to be good people. And if I focus on that, I cannot go astray. That's how I feel. So yeah, I'm really just packing this on. Like I said, it takes some work to get this product off and onto my face. Hopefully we got there. I'm just gonna go in with another like fluffier, bigger brush and just kind of grab even more if I can, just to get it on those cheeks. And I tried going down in my setting powder usage and it's just not for me. I need the setting powder, okay? And the powders I try and reach for are quite lightweight, so it doesn't make it feel heavy for me. It just makes it feel finished and like it's gonna last the whole day, which is what I need. It's hot in here. I'm gonna go turn on the air conditioning. It gets so hot in this place, and you know, we're having that Indian summer. It's gonna be hot all through the fall, I'm sure. I can't wait till it cools down. My apartment peaks in the winter time. We have a nice wood burning stove back there. Beautiful rain falling from the trees. It's just so peaceful, and I can't wait for that time to come. I'll go with my bronzer next. I'm working on panning this bronzer from the Tarte's Pro Glow palette. Look at that beautiful pan. I was hoping to finish this by the end of the year. I'm not sure about that, but I have been expanding this pan pretty quickly this past month that I've really been focusing on it. So who knows what she'll bring. I've been loving using this kind of dense fan brush from NYX as a contour bronzer brush. So I just kind of get it on there, you know, a nice little coat on the brush. And let me grab my fourth mirror option of the day. Really use that shape to chisel out that cheekbone. So easy peasy, I love it. I don't even have to think about it. And then I'll go along my chin. I really try and like get it back behind my ear and then along. There's always one side that comes up better than the other, as I'm sure many of you know. It all looks good in the end, for the most part. So yes, Danny and I have plans tonight. We are going over to our good friend's house, the Martinsons, who you may have seen pop up in previous videos here or there. They live about 20 minutes from us, and we're gonna go over to their house and hang out with them and their dog and work on our Halloween costume, which I'm not going to reveal right now. I'm gonna leave it as a surprise for all of you. And there may have been some hints here and there if you're following me on Instagram, which I'll go ahead and link my Instagram account right up here. Do I know how to do that? I don't know if I do, but it's at Jessiquita Panana with a P, like panning makeup. And my personal account is Jessiquita Banana with a B, like the fruit that you eat, you know? And you can follow me both places. I'm private on Banana, but if you request to follow me, send me a message, then I will accept you for the most part, as long as you're not some creepy dude. I'm not interested. Okay, and there is my bronzer, and you can see it has that nice contoured look without even really having to think about it too much, which I love. And then I'll go back in with my powder brush and just kind of go over those edges, soften it up a little bit. It just looks nice and blended. And I don't even put any product on it. I just kind of blend with whatever powder might be left over on the brush. All right, I'm gonna go in with a blush next. And I've been panning this one from e.l.f. that has broken packaging for this past year. This has been pretty much the only blush I've been using the entire year, which feels like a little bit of a waste because I have such an extensive blush collection and I feel like I'm just neglecting all of my beautiful blushes. So I don't know if I'll be panning another blush anytime soon, but I'm determined to meet my goal on this one. So I'm gonna reach into this shade here that I have been reaching into every single day for the past couple months, just waiting to hit pan on it, and there's still no pan in sight. You might see a piece of glitter. It's not pan, I'm telling you. I inspect this thing every day with a microscope looking for the pan. No, it's not there. So let's just get some blush on, my favorite process. I love blush so much, which is why I feel so sad missing out on the other blushes in my collection during this goal that I'm working on. So I'm gonna have to have some kind of goal for my blushes next year to make sure that I am rotating and getting use on all of the variety that I have in my collection. I think I have somewhere around 25 or 30 blushes. So it's such a shame that they aren't getting the love that they deserve. Let me know if you have any blush panning ideas or like blush rotation. I might do like a blush every 2 weeks that I'm working on. That will help me maybe get through every single one throughout the year. And I'd be happy to update you all on that in some way, either on Instagram, on my YouTube channel. Let me know if you'd be interested. And I'd love to do something like that for my lipsticks as well. I know Sophie Alexandra does something like that with her lipsticks called like Project Apocalypse, which I think is adorable. So I might look into that and maybe, you know, take a page out of her book. Not thinking about it right now. We'll wait until, you know, we get closer to the new year to kind of start thinking about that stuff. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to focus on whatever goals I set for myself for 2023 and try and reach those in these last few months of the year. All right, so that is a generous amount of blush, my favorite. And again, I'll kind of go back in with that powder brush, and go right over it just to soften it a little bit. Been going through a lot of interesting family stuff right now. And by that, I mean just difficult things, a difficult time in our life, status of like our parents, things like that. We're getting to be that age where both of my parents and Danny's parents had us a little bit later in life. His parents a little bit later than my parents. So his parents are getting to be quite elderly, and there's just a lot of things happening with specifically his father, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but we have been just dealing with the loss of his father, who has advanced stages of dementia, Alzheimer's at this point. So that's been really hard, and I'm just trying to be here for Danny. Real quick, I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow primer from Milani that I'm also trying to pan. This is, again, what never ends. I'm going to go in with about that much to prime my eyelids. But yes, that's always, you know, in the back of my mind. It just weighs really heavily on us right now. And it basically is just this constant weight that's always on us at this point. So that has been difficult, but I'm really just trying to be supportive as much as I can for my husband and for his mother. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer with shades from my Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. I'm gonna go in with lavender, which sounds crazy, but I've been mixing lavender with bisque just because I want to expand pan on bisque and maybe finish it this year, and I'm trying to hit pan on this one, and mixing it with the cream color shade to just kind of camouflage it has been my favorite way to use it, because I don't really like it very much. It doesn't really work for a transition shade. You can make it work, it's just not my favorite. So this is how I'm choosing to try and hit pan on it. So I mix those together, and I'm just gonna put a light little layer on my eyelids. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to do for my makeup look today. I'm still winging it. I just know I want to do red lips. What goes good with red lips that I'm working on? I kind of want to do like a really black, gray, smoky look just for fun. But I also have like a blue I'm working on. I have greens I'm working on, but I'm wearing red. Like, what goes good with red? Can't decide. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more. So there are my lids set. And, oh, I forgot. I'm going to go in with this blush palette from Hourglass. I'm working on this for my deck of panning. I'm trying to use it 20 times. I have just one intact shade remaining on here. These two shattered and broke, and I actually ended up repressing them into a separate palette. But there's still residual product in these waffle pans that I have been loving to reach for. This one was my favorite shade. I loved this one too. It's more of like a highlight shade. So I've just been going in there, like kind of rubbing my brush over what's remaining of that waffle and using that basically as my highlighter. Because this is such a glowy blush, it works beautiful as a blush topper. God, I'm like sweating. I can like feel the moisture on my face as I'm moving this brush across it. I hate that feeling. It's been hot around here. Whew. Okay, still putting off any decisions about my eye makeup. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow and run this through my eyebrows. This is getting to be quite low, I think. I feel like eyebrow mascaras are so hard to tell when they're empty, because even when it's dry, you can still kind of get some use on them. So for me especially, I'm just like, I keep using them being like, is it empty now? Is it empty now? I feel like this one's getting so close. Maybe in the next like week. But yes, it's been difficult mourning the loss of summer. Actually, we had quite a mild summer this year, which was very nice. It was quite a little relief. It's these late summers that we have to worry about. But most of my June and July was quite mild and very enjoyable. I had an amazing summer just relaxing. That was my goal for this summer, was to rejuvenate and reset and rest and just nurture and pamper myself the entire summer, and I really did that. I went on a lot of trips to Disneyland. I went in June for my birthday, in July for 4th of July, the end of July I went with a girlfriend. Did I go in August? No, but surprise, I am going in September for Labor Day. So I have that to look forward to just next week. And I also just spent a lot of time at home. I spent a lot of time reading. I was going on walks almost every single day. I was stretching almost every single day and exercising almost every single day. And my body has been feeling so much better, and just, I I feel like I can move again. I was having so much physical pain at the end of last year. Now that I'm off of my Accutane medication, I realize how much it was connected to that drug. It is a side effect of having like muscle and back and joint pain. And now that I have been off that medication and I've been moving my body more and I've been stretching, I just feel like a new woman. I especially notice it when I'm walking around Disneyland. I used to have to take several ibuprofen when I spent a day at Disneyland to just manage the pain and keep myself relatively comfortable throughout the day. But my last trip, I did not notice any back pain at all. I had quite the stamina walking around the park and just not even feeling the same amount of pain in my back, neck, even my feet that I had ever felt before. So that feels amazing. I'm so proud of myself for just like making that change and getting to that point. And you know, of course, it's a journey I'm continuing to work on, and it gets better and better the more that I do it. So I just think it's so important to take care of ourselves. My husband is a physical therapist, and he's always, you know, talking to me about patients he sees that really haven't taken care of themselves and the state that they're in where they can just hardly move and hardly do anything. And he really inspires me to take good care of my body, and I really am grateful to him for that. And I'm just feeling good. So yeah, good news there. So I will give you one little hint about our Halloween costume coming up. It is going to be grayscale. So I'll be doing grayscale makeup where it appears black and white. And because of that inspiration, and because I'm working on my Halloween costume tonight with my friends, I'm going to do a grayish blue cool toned eye look. Maybe kind of something smoky. And I'm wearing quite warm tones on my face, but I like mixing cool tones with warm tones. I think it's a fun juxtaposition. So I'm gonna actually go in with some of the shades from my Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. I think I'm going to use Ash. That's one that I'm still trying to hit pan on, as well as Gunmetal. And then everything else, we'll kind of see what happens. I might go in with the pop of blue from this Super Shock Shadow in the shade Coconut that I'm also working on panning. However, I don't want this to be like a 4th of July, like a red, white, and blue look. Since I'm wearing a red dress and I'm gonna be wearing red lipstick, I don't want it to really pull blue or scream blue. So we'll see about this one, although it would be a good opportunity to get a use on it. So I will cross that bridge when I come to it. But first, I'm going to go in with this first transition shade, which is barely a transition shade, but it does kind of help just to get things started. This shade here from my Tarteist Pro To Go palette, Drive, that I'm so close to hitting side pan on. Look how close we are. Look how small that product is in there. Look how big the pan is, I should say. So I'm gonna go in with that first. And I don't even really have to think about it so much because it's not very pigmented or very dark, just to kind of get that shading started. I'll link my Pan That Palette series if you want to see how far I've come on this palette this year. I did get a couple questions. I posted a little thing on my community tabs on YouTube. I only gave you all about 30 minutes to ask questions, so I apologize, but I just couldn't wait to film this video. So I'm gonna answer a couple questions that came up. First question is from Sarah TK421. She asks, how different is your work makeup from your YouTube makeup? And not a ton. It's basically the same, at least my base is. I definitely have more fun experimenting with my eyeshadow. That's probably the biggest difference. And my lip colors, obviously, you know, I'm not wearing like a bold red lip to teach children at school typically. It's just too much upkeep, too much maintenance. And I like to just keep it simple with like a gloss and a nude lip. My eyeshadow makeup, I do get a little bit adventurous at school. I mean, in a smaller scale, but I have my panning goals. So I'm trying to incorporate a lot of my Pandas eyeshadows and Pan That palette shades into my regular makeup routine so that I can get the regular use on it and actually share progress with you all each update. So that definitely plays into how I get ready each day. But I also try and just kind of keep it quick and simple. I don't want to be thinking too much about it. I mostly just do like a neutral crease and a neutral lid, sometimes a little pop of color in a more subtle way. And that basically is how I do my makeup on a regular work day. I really try and do like less is more. I can easily get carried away, mostly because makeup is just fun for me and I am having such a nice relaxing time getting ready in the mornings. I like really schedule that time out for myself to get ready. I spend at least like a good 45 minutes just at my vanity, not even getting ready the whole time, but like just like drinking my coffee, watching a YouTube video, like waking up, you know, fixing my hair, deciding what I want to wear. So like I wake up early to accommodate for that, so I'm not in a rush and I can get to work right on time. In fact, I like to get to work quite a bit early just so I'm not stressed and I have time to like make the copies I need and maybe even go on a little bit of a stroll before the bell rings and just get my mental space in a good place before the day starts. So I try and rein it in and make sure that my makeup's not getting too out of hand, just so that, you know, I don't look crazy at work. I probably wear more makeup on a daily basis than most people do. So I try and, you know, rein it in as much as I can. Not everybody understands the makeup love like you all do. So I've been going in with this gray shade Ash, like I mentioned I would, and it's pretty. I'd never wear gray eyeshadow, so this is definitely a little bit of an experiment for me, which is fun. What I was wanting to do was just do something a little different, have fun with my makeup today, because I'm going over to see my girlfriend who understands my love of experimentation with makeup, and she'll appreciate it. She'll probably have a cool look on too. But yeah, when I'm doing a YouTube video, I love to have fun with makeup. So I like to try and do something a little more colorful, a little more fun, just like a little more experimental. And I want to kind of inspire my viewers. So that's probably the biggest difference in my makeup, is just I like to just kind of be a little more brave and outgoing with my makeup choices when I'm filming a video, because I want you all to enjoy looking at my eyeballs while I talk to you about makeup. My girlfriend gifted me these brushes from BK Beauty. She gave me like 4 or 5 eye brushes and I love them. This is the number 211. I've never tried BK Beauty brushes before, but I've really been enjoying them, so thank you. Now what do? I'm not gonna think too much about this. I'm just gonna go in with gunmetal, and I might go in with sandstone too. I might kind of mix them just because I never have before and I want to get used on both of them. I think it might just kind of tone it down a little bit. So I'm gonna go with gunmetal first. And I just like to use these on my finger. I'm gonna go on the outer part of my eye. Gonna try not to get too much fallout here. I've never mastered the art of doing my makeup on camera yet, so bear with me. On the outer part of the lid. Ooh, God, I do love this shade. Kind of reads a little bit blue. Doesn't scream blue. All right, next question. What are your favorite go-to makeup products for work days? I pretty much have the same go-to makeup products for every days, for the most part, unless there's like a special event I'm going to or something where I'm trying to do something very, I don't know, just extra special or long wearing. But my go-to makeup products for a work day are basically whatever I'm panning. I like to use a illuminating primer. I love to use the Hourglass finishing powders to just kind of like finish everything off. A neutral eye, a nude lip. But for the most part, what you're seeing today is basically what I do on a daily basis. And that's basically how I meet my panning goals, just by being consistent with my makeup products, wearing them every day or most days. So I decided I'm not gonna go in with the blue. I just wanna keep it gray as much as I can. Speaking of, I'm gonna go in with that Hourglass powder. I'm sorry if that wasn't a fun answer. I know it wasn't. I just wish I had a better answer for you, but like I said, I just keep it simple. I do the same thing almost every day. All right, I like to use this to brighten up my under eye as well as kind of clean up any eyeshadow that could have fallen. It's also fun to put on my forehead. I feel it gives this a nice like little luminosity and kind of smooths out any fine lines. What fine lines? Exactly. What fine lines? Forgot to go in and fill in my brow, so I'm gonna go back in with that Tarte's Pro To Go palette and grab for styling. I've been loving this in my brows. That's basically how I've gotten most of the use on it this year. And I gently just go in to fill in anything sparse. Try not to do too much. Also try not to get some fallout for this. Sometimes like little chunks of the eyeshadow will fall onto my foundation, and I hate that. Who likes that? Nobody. Ruining your base. This is why I should do my base last, but sometimes old habits die hard. All right, I try not to obsess about my brows too much or we will be here all day. So I am pretty happy with my eye look. I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to think too much about it. I might put on like a little bit of silver glitter just for fun. Going with just a little bit more of that dark gray shade Ash from the Lorac palette, just to deepen up the edges, the corners just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go on my lower lash just a little bit. I don't wanna go too heavy on my lower lash, but I do kind of wanna smoke it out a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with sandstone, with the same brush, and I'm gonna use that to go in the inner part of my lower lash. This is pretty. Very different from the warm brown smoky eyes I've been doing. So it feels good to do something different. I'll kind of use that on the outer part too to blend out that darker gray. For the highlight, I'm gonna go into my Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I'm gonna grab for this silver shade in there, Drippin' Diamonds. And that'll be a pretty dramatic inner corner, but I'm here for the drama today, as I am most days. Pop a silver, don't mind if I do. Got one more question. What is the most rewarding thing about your everyday and YouTube careers? Oh, that's a good question. Thank you for that question. That was from Jen Bailey VW. Hi. So, most rewarding thing about my teaching job is definitely just forming relationships with my students and getting them to love science and love learning. I have quite a fun little classroom community in the science lab. It's different because I only see the students for an hour or two out of their week. I don't see them every single day like their normal classroom teacher does, but I have the added benefit where I get to see my students year after year. I get to see them in second grade, then again in third grade, then again in fourth grade. And I love just growing with them and seeing them change throughout the years and continuing those relationships as they go through their elementary school experience. I'm only in my third year, but it's pretty awesome to me that some of these students I've now known for 3 consecutive years, or will have known for 3 years by the end of this year. I just love that they kind of get to come to me for like their fun science experience for the week. Like so many of them really look forward to coming to science. They get excited. A lot of them say it's their favorite class at school, and it's kind of can be like a haven for some students who might struggle in their regular classroom. So that makes me feel so good, and like I'm really doing something that is adding something to the world, that I'm giving back, that I am, you know, making connections with real people and making changes in real lives. So that really feeds me and makes me feel that what I'm doing has a purpose, and that makes me feel really good. As far as my most rewarding thing about YouTube, I think it's just self-expression. I think that's the most rewarding thing about this activity for me. It's obviously not a job, it's a hobby, and it's just for fun. And like sometimes I make like a little bit of pocket change from it, which is great, but I just love that this is like an outlet for me and a way for me to make something to contribute to the world. You know, some little bit of content that might offer people a little bit of entertainment for their day. And I also just like being a part of a community here on YouTube and kind of connecting with other people who are interested in the same silly things that I'm interested in. And that's my main reward for this type of job, if you want to call it a job. Okay, I'm going in with this like glitter from e.l.f., which is getting pretty dry. This is the shade Bling Bling. And I'm gonna top this. It's just a silver glitter. It's not holographic, it's just plain glitter. But I feel like I need some glitter today. Just a little pop. Just make it extra special. And I'm just tapping this on the inner part of my lid. I might need a little more. I like to put it on my finger first, kind of tap it between my fingers, and then put it on my lid just to kind of control the amount of glitter. But it's getting to be so low. I might be able to go with this brush. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm just kind of being very gentle. Another rewarding thing about this channel is it just kind of like helps to keep me on track with my consumption. It reminds me of what I have and reminds me to use it. I mainly do painting content on this channel, which I'd like to branch out from a little bit more if I ever have the time or the energy. I love panning because it keeps me in perspective about what I'm consuming, how long it takes me to go through things, how little I need the new releases that are coming out, and to save that money for other experiences and things in my life that I could spend it on. I wanted a little bit of glitter and now I'm going out of control. So let me kind of tap this out a little bit. This glitter is like taking off my eyeshadow and that's upsetting me. Let me go back. Going back in with sandstone, and then I'm gonna try tapping that back on again. Whoopsie, that's annoying. Okay, I think I do need a new bottle of this. My friends and I plan to use this product for Halloween, and it's not gonna cut it in this state, especially when Halloween's still 2 months away. Maybe I should just take out the stopper. I think the stopper is just getting in my way. I'm having trouble getting any of it on the actual little paddle thing. try this again. Not a ton better, but I'm not gonna mess with it too much. And there's like a little chunk here. I'm gonna try and blend that away with the brush. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so there's my eyeshadow look for the most part. I might kind of fiddle with it a little bit, but I'm gonna go off camera real quick. I'm gonna do my liner and mascara, and then we'll come back, do my lip, and I'll wrap it all up for you. I'll be right back. Okay, so there is my mascara all finished, and I don't think I got too much on my eyelid. Go me, hooray. So my last thing to do is my lips, and I'm going to go in with my lip liner, if I can find it, that I'm panning. Hello, where are you? Okay, we found her. She was just under my eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go and wipe off my lip mask that I've been wearing this whole time. It's mostly absorbed, but I want to wipe off the residual. An unfortunate side effect of this Invisalign process is that it makes it very difficult to wear lipstick because, you know, the trays are just kind of rubbing against my lips, and then the lipstick gets on the tray and it's hard to get off and it doesn't look cute. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put on my lipstick. So I'm going to use my ColourPop lip liner that I'm trying to pan this year. This is the shade Bossy. Okay, there's my lip liner. And I think I'm gonna top this with my brand new lip color that I just purchased from NARS. This is one of their Power Matte lip colors in the shade Notorious, which is more of an orangey red, which this is definitely more of a blue toned red lip liner. And my look is quite cool toned, so I don't know how well an orangey red will go with this makeup look, but you never know if you don't try, right? So let's give it a go. And I'm just, oh no, that was my palette. Don't be broken, don't be broken. No, it's broken. Look at that. Okay, well, that can be fixed. I'm very upset about that though. Well, let's go in with this. I'm not gonna cry about it right now. Okay, and that is the finished makeup look. So that is all for my makeup look today. I'm very happy with how it came out. It's definitely different than what I usually go for, and that was the whole goal for today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me and hearing all of my updates. If you have other questions that you'd like to hear in future Get Ready With Me's, definitely leave some comments down below and I will get to those questions, because I want to film more of these, maybe like once or twice a month, just to keep them more regular, because I love doing Get Ready With Me's. I love watching them, and I love just recording the process of doing my makeup and kind of experimenting along with all of you. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I just want to thank you so much for being here. Any way that you interact with my channel is so helpful, and I just love that I get to do this as a fun little hobby. It's just something that brings me joy and makes me happy. So thank you for being a part of it. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.